giving bullying, it's giving jealousy, it's giving entitlement. It reeks of entitlement, because why like if you don't spend time with my daughter, you can't spend time with your niece. That's how it is. So okay, this one is very funny. Am I the reason why my brother has stopped showering? Now he hasn't showered for the past few days. That's just evil. That's just the word. Oh my goodness, this is so sad. Best believe, like, nobody's going to be treating me that way, and you know, I would catch you in the act and not give you slice of your madness, of your craze. Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on here, you're welcome to the family. My name is Okwemi Ogule, and on here I share content based on commentary, lifestyle, vlogs, whatever you want, whoever it's, just mention it, okay? Don't be shy. Please do make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that great stuff, turn on your post notification bell. I'm so sorry guys if my mic isn't giving what it should be giving today. My audio has been shitty, like it's been a struggle to set up, but we've set up. Today I have a very interesting video for you. This is something I've never done before. I've always been saying it, and as you can see from the video title, I'm going to be doing the Am I the Reddit edition. I have to keep it keep it mindful, cutesy. It actually came from the app called Reddit. So it's a section where people come to tell you their family dilemmas, friendship dilemmas, like, so yeah, let's up right into it as we solve people's problems, be their online therapists, put them in check, or you know, actually support them, that you know you are not the in this situation. I'm on my laptop and I'm going to be going through them from here. Am I the telling my girlfriend it felt weird she made AI write a ceremony speech? I've never read the story, but the world is literally going so digital. So I mean, if there's something that could help out, you know, she's going to use it. And I don't know why it is a problem. I really don't know why it is a problem for the boyfriend who is the writer. So let's quickly read through the story. My girlfriend is officiating her best friend's wedding this weekend. She's 35 and has been best friends with the bride to be since they were 2. She was reading what she had for a ceremony to me last night, and I said it sounded great. She replied and said, well, I had ChatGPT write it. I replied if it wrote the whole thing, and she said more or less yes. I then said it made me feel kind of weird in my stomach that she would have AI write ceremony for her longest and dearest best friend. I said that to me it seemed a little disingenuous since they've been best friends their entire life, and she's an amazing writer who could write something of equal or greater caliber to what AI would. To write something from her heart that reflected what this life event meant to her best friend. I said I couldn't explain why I felt that way, but it made me feel weird in my gut. She got pretty upset about it and said I was calling her lazy and she was an immoral person. She cried a lot. I made her feel like a POS, which made me feel like it's a piece of shit. I'm literally about to be a millennial because I didn't know what that was for a minute. I thought it was the ATM POS. I apologized a lot and said I didn't mean for her to feel that way. I said that I felt it was important in a relationship to voice concerns if we felt weird about something. I still feel like it. Like, oh, poor sweet boyfriend. Okay, so I actually read the title like different. I thought like he meant for our own speech, for our own ceremony speech, but if it's for our best friend and she had AI write the entire thing, the whole thing. Okay. Okay, I get why the boyfriend felt it was weird. So it felt like like there was no part of it that was genuine. Like there was no part of it that was coming from our heart, like what they've been through, you know, like from your heart. You know when you give somebody something that though it's not like money, so like it's not like really expensive, but it came from your heart, like it's more precious and it's more like, you know, priceless to do for somebody, right? And you know, like I get it, but I feel like it's not I really don't know how to view, honestly. Will I be offended if I was a friend? Okay, let me think about it that way. Will I be offended if I was a friend? Maybe, because like there's no part of that message that would reflect what we've been through together, or what I've been through, or you know, like memories of me, like that she's trying to like incorporate into it. Like, so it doesn't feel like, you know, it was personally like a lovely kind gesture from the friend. You know, I think that's how I would feel when I read it and I think this is automated. Do you get what I mean? So like, this is scripted, this is not coming from the art. So, well, who knows, like, we really don't know the kind of friendship they have. Like, I don't know, it could be the kind of friendship that doesn't really matter. Will I say you're the situation? Honestly, I wouldn't call you an but I don't know, like everybody's using AI for literally like the most basic things. I use AI to rephrase my words. I use AI for so many things. Like, so are we going to say everybody is like lazy, or everybody doesn't know what they're doing because they're using AI? I don't know. Am I being like too practical and not being like realistic with my opinion? Maybe, but that's how I feel. But yeah, the sweet boyfriend felt sick in his stomach. It felt like she was being fake basically, and you know, maybe she was being fake by not like putting anything that relates to, you know, what they are actually, who a friend actually is in real, like in reality. Do you get what I mean? Am I the ass telling my friend my feelings? I'm completely lost and unsure of how to proceed. Recently I was told in order to see my niece I must also spend solo time with her stepsister. I raised my niece for the first 10 years of her life. As she lived with me during that time, my half-sister and mother has been in and out of rehab and we no longer speak. My only option is to see my niece is through her father, who has since married and adopted his wife's 7-year-old daughter. The first year after my niece's father married was great. I was able to reconnect with my niece, whom I love as my own child. I got to know her stepmother and her stepsister, and while my niece and I continued our solo adventures as we always had. So this is where I get confused: stepsister, stepmom, niece, father, remarried, wife. Like, it's just so much English to put together. And I continued our solo adventure. Okay, I also spent some time with the entire family. I've even developed a friendship with her stepmother. However, due to a series of surgeries, I couldn't visit for a year and a half. Despite this, I felt confident that my relationship with my niece remained strong, as I've always felt welcome. Now that I'm slowly recovering, we're planning to resume our solo outings, but the stepmother approached me with a request. Since her daughter has become attached to me and sees me as an aunt, she asked that I spend solo time with her as well. Okay, weird. This left me confused because I've only spent a handful of group outings with her daughter. The stepmother argued that since her daughter now sees me as Aunt Jax, sorry, I murdered the name, Aunt Jax, it wouldn't be fair to exclude. I never corrected her daughter for calling me Aunt Jax because it is what my niece calls me. When I expressed to the stepmother I care for her daughter but see her as my friend's child rather than my niece, things became tense. She was clearly hurt and our conversation turned uncomfortable. She insisted that because I am seen as Aunt Jax to her daughter, I need to take on the roles and responsibility of the title. I tried to explain that my primary focus is my relationship with my niece, whom I have loved and cared for as my own child. While I'm not against developing a bond with her daughter, I feel this relationship should grow naturally over time, not be forced upon us. Unfortunately, they've made it clear that spending solo time with their daughter is not a condition to see my niece. That's wrong. This has raised several red flags for me, especially since the stepmother questioned when I will make the time if I truly wanted to foster a relationship. I'm upset and hurt that I'm being asked to fulfill their expectation without them considering my feelings. It's concerning that my time with my niece, which has always been special to us, is now being controlled rather than respected. Now that's weird on another level, because how are you forcing your child to spend time with somebody? Like, again, this is parents being entitled, and in this case this lady is not even your child. She's not related to you. She's only related to her niece, who is now, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, if I may say, is now your stepchild. and you're forcing her to spend time with your daughter, it's giving bullying, it's giving jealousy, it's giving entitlement. It reeks of entitlement. Because why not allow that relationship blossom naturally than force someone to hang out and spend time with somebody they don't even know? Like, so even if it's going to work, it's not just going to start from solo outings. Like, it's going to start from hanging out, spending time with her in your home. Like, why not think that way? Why be so entitled and like, no, if you don't spend time with my daughter, you can't spend time with your niece? That's how it is, and it's so wrong. Like, why are you forcing somebody to love on your child? Why not allow them see your child and love them, you know, by themselves? Like, it's just really weird. Yeah. The third dilemma. Okay, this one is very funny. Am I the reason why my brother has stopped showering? I'm 16 years old. I'm a female. I live with my brother and our parents. My brother is 13. My brother has never been the most clean person, and while his bedroom is very neat and organized, he constantly leaves his trash and toys throughout our family's kitchen and living room. There are almost always Legos covering the floor and furniture. Despite having a old Lego studio set up in our basement for him, the mess is extremely aggravating to me, as I've always had pretty bad anxiety. It's annoying because I'm the only person who it bothers, so I'm the only person left to pick it up. Last week, my brother announced to me that he was going to start showering in my shower. What? For context, we have 2 showers in our house, one in my parents' bedroom, and one in the only bathroom, which I currently have been the only one using for the past year. The whole family used to only use the shower in our parents' bathroom because it's much bigger and nicer. However, last year I cleaned up the other shower and bought shelves for it in order for me to start using it as my shower. While it sounds stupid, this is the only place that I have for myself beside my room that is not covered with my brother's junk. I actually take care of it and clean it every week. Also, I have a decent sized collection of body washes that I bought with my own money from my job. When I heard he wanted to start using the space, I was a little upset, as this shower is pretty important to me. Yes, I know it sounds stupid. My parents sided with me after telling them, as they said that he can keep using the shower in their bathroom that he has been using for the past 5 or 6 years. Now he hasn't showered for the past few days, and I've started to feel bad. What? It's such a manipulator. However, I just want one space to myself, since he gets to trash our entire house with his large Lego collections and toys. I simply don't have time to have more to clean up, since I play 2 sports, go to school and work, and it doesn't feel ever obligated to clean despite not really doing anything besides going to school, playing with Legos and watching TV. Am I the baby girl? You are not the. What do you mean? Like, why are you even asking yourself this question? You know what this reminds me of? One of my friends actually cleaned the back of our room space, our rented apartment space, and you know, nobody had cleaned it for a very long time, and she cleaned it up, you know, made it look decent, presentable. I think she wanted to be doing stuff there. And tell me why the neighbor suddenly now remembered, oh, I want to be rearing chicken. You know, like, all this while you guys are looking at it, nobody's cleaning up the mess, nobody's, you know, making it look good, and it's right behind you. But somebody does it, you know, wears her big girl shoes, sacrifice her time and money and effort, and then you just come and say you want to start. Not even like you want to be putting something that maybe you're moving the thing like time to time inside your house back. You want to be wearing chicken smell, they are dirty, like they make noise. Like, it's so unfair. It's like the level of wickedness of man should be studied, because what the hell. So this just reminds me of that case. Like, so all this while, all these years, you were using your parents' shower, no problem, everything was chill, and this young girl put her money together, arranged everything, you know, makes it beautiful for our own need, our own use. Since nobody was doing that, because that's a different case if people were using it, but maybe it wasn't quite often, and then that's when you remember, oh, I like this bathroom because now it's cool. And I don't think she's actually a nice sister. She would actually share with him, but knowing that this boy is a little pig, is a piglet, you know, Like, what the hell? Like, he hasn't showered for days. Honestly, I'm just going to turn a blind eye to him. I'm just going to look away. Moya, look away, because what the hell? You don't have your bath. Don't have your bath. That's the problem of your life. Am I the of telling my family no more to monthly family dinners? Ever since my dad was a kid, my family has done monthly family dinners, nicer ones than your average family dinner. It's something our family did when our siblings and I were kids too. We did have grandparents over and we did have a nicer dinner together. When my siblings and I grew up, we still did it, only instead of what happened before, where branches broke off over time and did their own. They decided we should include partners, spouses, and our kids as a all-in-one. By the time I was 19, I was the only one in my... By the time I was 19, the family had decided they would take turns hosting each month to lessen the burden. My wife was excited to be part of them at first. We started doing our relationship. I did the cooking to start with, and she took over after a while because she wanted to. My family had seemingly got along with my wife before this point, but they were overly harsh of our cooking, with the exception of 2 of my younger siblings. She tried to make them happy, but no dimes. I told them they could be kinder. They said she should cook better or cook different things. My wife didn't make anything they don't eat. My wife didn't make anything they don't eat, but nothing was right. She grew frustrated and grew suspicious. So we hosted a couple of months ago, and I told my wife we're going to pretend I did the cooking just to see. She told me she felt like they were just not fond of our food. I pointed out nobody had the same amount of complaint as them. They even criticized the steak and potatoes. They all seemed to go crazy for. She went along with the plan, and when my family thought I did cook it, they loved it. People are just evil, that's just the word. Said it was so good, my wife had decided to let a real talent take over. That it was so nice to have something a little different and all this very lovely stuff. My younger brother and my sister were not food, but they enjoyed watching the rest of the family dig a hole. When the rest of my family ate, it was my wife's food and not mine. They tried so hard to backtrack on all the nice stuff. The rest of the dinner went in tense silence, and my wife's eyes were open. I told her I was done with these dinners and she was my priority. She felt a little bad. I told her we could have dinners with my younger brother and sister sometimes. It's less stress anyway. When we didn't show up last month's dinner or this one, my parents and siblings started asking questions. I told them each time we weren't going again, but missing 2 made it sink in. They told me we need to be there. I said never again. My wife doesn't deserve that. Yes, we love a king that stands by his wife. We love a king that would support his wife, that wouldn't let nobody disrespect his woman. I told them they were ruined. They ruined what they wanted by being assholes to her. They said I was overreacting, making very relationship harming choices and treating them badly for simply having issues with my wife's food. They also said to think of future kids and how they will miss out. Some of it got to my wife a little, which I have tried to reassure her about. Oh my goodness, this is so sad. And to think your wife is like the kindest, the sweetest lady ever, because best believe, like, nobody's going to be treating me that way. And I would catch you in the act and not give you a slice of your madness, of your craze, because so now I'm now thinking it's deeper than what we think. This is not just about dinners and food. This is about you literally just not liking his wife. Like, why would you treat another person poorly? Like, some people are so badly behaved, like they just don't know how to behave themselves. Like, it's such a bad thing. Like, it is such a bad thing. Like, learn. Even if you're not a good person, learn to be a good person. Even if you're not a kind person, you can learn to be kind. If you're not, you can learn to be that. Like, what is the jobs here and there, like saying now you've allowed the real talent to take over? Meanwhile, still the same food she has been serving you every dinner. Like, so that's why some people, they just find some family cultures, tradition, whatever, yada yada yada, so unnecessary, so like not needed, and rather keep to themselves. But this song, I really want you to be a part of our life, part of our family, because whether you like it or not, your child is a family, and they have a family they are growing together, and you know, even if you don't respect her as a person, you respect that she's your child's wife and the mother of your grandchildren, right? It is actually insane. It's crazy, like why people behave this way, and you know, not even own up to it. And you know, there was no part he said they apologized to her or whatever, so they are clearly the, you know, them trying to guilt trip her that, you know, this could cause relationship army choices, this could cause the kids will be fine. Like, that's one thing I'm going to tell you for a fact. The kids would be fine. Like, rather than, you know, you to own up and take accountability and actually genuinely send an apology, or you know, send an apology or say it to her in person. Like, people are really terrible. And you know, shout out to the husband for standing for his wife, and also shout out to the woman for still being a sweet lady despite all that, you know, unnecessary shitty attitude she didn't deserve at all. Badly behaved. I hope we've been able to solve one or two family dilemmas, and I hope you enjoyed watching. You can comment your opinions on each of the dilemmas I've shared with you guys today. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that great fun stuff. See you guys soon. Bye for now.